Hello students in the Multiversity of Genetics of Divinity. Welcome to session 2 of the webinar series Manifestation Through the Cycle of Creation. In the last session, I guided you through an introduction of what we are going to achieve through this webinar series, and I walked you through the true and uncut version of the heavily touted and much grossly misinterpreted and misrepresented law of attraction. You were also introduced to the mind-body-spirit connection and how we are designed for manifestation of our true reality as long as the target meets specific criteria through a harmonized mind-body-spirit connection and it follows the core principle of the genetics of divinity. In this session 2 in the webinar series, I'm going to take you deeper into the manifestation process, and I'm going to reveal some tools and techniques such as the energetic emotional transplantation and the multiversal manifestation banking technology that I have developed and used very successfully over the years that has made manifestation repeatable and predictable in my life experience. And these techniques leverage proprietary technology such as Dr. Roger Callahan's revolutionary thought field therapy and a proprietary technique that I was taught when I was going through my hypnotherapy graduation course about 6 years ago. And it is called the mental bank concept. So what I've done is I've taken these highly effective technologies and augmented them through technology of my own that I will be describing and demonstrating to you during this session. Collectively, we will use the energetic emotional transplantation and the multiversal manifestation banking technology. We'll take these together and we'll see how it provides that proverbial punch to make all your manifestation efforts predictable and repeatable. There's a lot to learn in this session, okay? So, as usual, I need your undivided attention. We ended the last session with a visualization exercise, and I had indicated that the type 3 memory that I attempted to implant in your conscious mind in the last session, it may wear off because you may be having certain toxicity in your body. Okay, and chances are they have already worn off by now. No worries. In this session, I will describe all of the 5 major categories of toxins that infects our human body over the years of growing up. And I will also describe techniques through which you will be able to understand how to eliminate those toxins from your body. These can be physiological toxins, this can be emotional toxins, this can be psychological toxins, they can be environmental toxins and social toxins. Okay, so all of these 5 major categories of toxins, it infects our human body, and which makes it difficult to have that mind-body-spirit harmonization and the connection, which is why our manifestation efforts don't really work the way we think it would work. Right? So once I explain to you all these cleansing techniques to eliminate those toxins out of your body, you'll find that your DNA is free to vibrate. It'll restore its natural vibrations, and the mind-body-spirit connection will engage, and it'll help you make your manifestation efforts repeatable and predictable. Okay, this session will be a long one, just like we had the last time. We thought it'll go for an hour. We went for almost 2 hours the last webinar, right? And I'm estimating this session also will be in that range, about a 2-hour range before we wrap up. It may spill a little more. I'm not sure. I don't know how long this is going to take, so it may spill a little more, but just hang in there. There's a lot of content I have to offer to you. And as usual, get your 3-ring binder and fresh sheets of white paper and a pen with blue ink and get ready to take lots of notes. Okay? As before, I will be using a slide deck. and I will walk you through this session using that, but I will also flip back and forth between those slides and live demonstrations. I'm going to make a live demonstration to you on some of these techniques that I was referring to, the energetic emotional transplantation technique and the multiversal manifestation banking technique. So I'm going to demonstrate these techniques to you as we go through the session. Okay, and we'll flip back and forth with the slides. And as before, keep typing your questions and I will answer them presently. Okay, let's get to the packed agenda that we have today so I can introduce you to what we have in store. All right, let's get on with it. Okay, let's get into the agenda for session 2 in the webinar series. We're going to talk about harmonizing the mind, body, and spirit like never ever before. In the first session, we talked about the components that make up the mind, body, and spirit. The mind, we talked about the quad compartmental human mind. From a body perspective, we talked about the DNA, the central nervous system, and the brain. In the spirit, we talked about the brain waves that are generated as a result of that harmonization. In this session, we're going to take it much deeper and understand what happens when the mind, body, spirit is not harmonized and how that can be a serious deterrent to your manifestation efforts. We're going to talk about the inhibitors of DNA vibration, toxicity. One of the reasons, or rather the primary reason, why your perceived reality or your desires do not manifest the true reality is because your DNA is not vibrating in their natural resonant frequencies. Okay, and that the reason behind that is there's a significant amount of toxicity that you have piled up in your physiology. Okay, we're going to talk about the types of toxins. There are 5 types of toxins, 5 main categories of toxins that plague the human body, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about an energetic emotional transplantation. This is a technique, it is a 4-step process that I'm going to go into a lot of detail with demonstrations and of course some presentation slides to explain how an energetic emotional transplantation can occur. And as a result of this, you'll find that the emotions are associated with the memories that are inhibiting your progress today. They would be blown away. They would be replaced. The toxicity would be gone. And then we will implant the positive emotion of your manifestation target. Okay, now in this process of the energetic emotional transplantation, there are about 4 steps. We're going to define an energy shield. Okay, in order to prevent toxicity from entering your body, we got to stop the toxins from approaching your body. They can be physical toxins, emotional toxins, psychological toxins, environmental toxins, or social toxins. So it is just not enough to cleanse your body of toxins. We must stop the toxins from entering your body, okay, from these 5 main categories. So in order to do that, we will develop an energy shield. This is a very cool process that I'm going to walk you through, that you're going to use your own adaptive energy to create a shield. You'll find that you've been placed, your body, physical body, has been placed inside a sphere of energy, of protective energy that would thwart away negative impulses from coming in, be it physiological, emotional, psychological, environmental, or social. So I will walk you through that entire process. Brainwave cleansing. Once we have created the shield, now comes the step of cleansing what we have, the junk we have. And I'm going to walk you through a process where we will consciously generate a gamma frequency brainwave to cleanse out blocks or toxicity from your body. Okay, and once that cleansing is done, you'll find that the emotion that was preventing you from manifesting your targets, that is gone, and then we are going to implant the actual memory of manifestation. Now, what happens is if your brainwave cleansing does not completely eliminate those toxins from your emotions, we're going to ramp it up using the thought field therapy. This is a revolutionary therapy that has been that was discovered by Dr. Roger Callahan, and it is a highly acclaimed technology that has completely non-invasive procedures through which he has literally performed quote-unquote miracles. Cancer, lupus, you just name it. Not only the physiological toxins have been eliminated and disease cured, he's also used these technologies to highly effectively to help PTSD, post-traumatic syndrome patients, war victims, war veterans who are coming back and they're completely torn, their emotions are shattered. So he's used this thought field therapy to cleanse out a lot of toxicity from the body. And I'm going to walk you through that thought field therapy process. Of course, I cannot go through every detail in such a short webinar, but I'll walk you through a process that he could effectively use to eliminate the toxins that would be stopping your manifestation from going through. Okay, then we're going to do the memory system target implantation. So what's going to happen after the shield is done, the cleansing is done, now is the time that you can implant the memory of your target. Now, we talked about a 4 to 5 figure target in US dollars or equivalent goods and services, or whatever you're comfortable with in your local currency. Okay, so we're going to take that, the emotion of that, and now we're going to implant that emotion on this clean memory. Okay, the negative emotion is gone through the cleansing, and then we're going to implant the memory system with your target. Okay, now I'm going to walk you through, once this target is implanted, well, so what? Okay, we got to achieve it, right? How do we achieve that target? So I'm going to walk you through another proprietary technique that I have developed. It's called Multiversal Manifestation Banking. Okay, in order to walk you through this, we will have to complete, first of all, the prerequisite to engage on this technique is you have completed the energetic emotional transplantation process that I'll be walking you through. That you can see on the agenda. Okay, once that is done as a prerequisite, I'm going to walk you through a mental bank concept. Now, this is a technique that I had learned when I was going through my graduation course in hypnotherapy about 6 years ago. And it's an excellent concept. It is spot on, and I'm going to walk you through that mental bank concept. Okay, and this is a key component of this multiversal manifestation banking technique that I have developed. Okay, and it revolves around this mental bank concept. Once you have this mental bank concept, clarified in your mind, and you're working with the counting of your multiversal manifestation bank, we're going to reinforce using theta brainwaves. Okay, now out here, if you look at on the brainwave cleansing, we used gamma brainwaves, and here, while we are on the process of manifesting your target, we're going to use a theta brainwave. We'll consciously generate a theta brainwave, and you'll understand how we can use that to actually build that relationship with your target of manifestation. And finally, what we're going to do is we're going to define your multiverse. Okay, and this is going to be a very good segue into our session number 3, where we're actually going to get into the actual definition. I'm going to lead you into that, into session number 3 in session 2, but it's just to prepare you of how you're going to define your multiverse. Okay, so it's a very packed agenda, and with all the demos and all the slide tech I have in place, It looks like we're going to be to about 2 hours or a little over. Okay, so without wasting much time, let's get on with it.